What's up, guys? This is Valor Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content. And I want to be honest with you right from the beginning of the video. At the moment, I don't have the time to play a couple of matches and pick the best one or the most interesting one. My time is limited at the moment, and therefore I'm kind of taking the video that I'm able to capture, which is not super awful, but therefore my videos at the moment are not the best matches ever that are going to surprise you in the way you have never felt before, unleashing emotions of joy and, I don't know, something else, happiness. For example, happiness. So these videos are here for your pure entertainment. Therefore, those videos won't be perfect. And today's video is one of the best examples for it. I have taken Murad back to the jungle. Murad has been a really strong jungler, but I would say despite the fact that he was still kind of playable, he really dropped quite low in the tier lists, and that might just be because they nerfed some of the items that he kind of is using most of the times. I'm talking about the Soul Reaver on the other hand, and I'm talking about the Omni Arms on the other hand. Those items need to be kind of substituted. Some people are even taking stuff like the Spear of Longinus that you haven't seen in any Murad build before, and therefore we are taking a closer look, and this video is going to determine how good is he. And I'm not talking about like the kind of perfection that you can achieve with Murad if you are the very best Murad player on the server. Of course, these players will know how to make use of him. We're talking about the average daily Arena of Valor player, such as I am. I'm not like a super veteran. I'm a veteran in the game, but I'm not one of the best players in the game, obviously. And therefore, we're taking a closer look on how can people unleash Murad's power, and is there still power left, and is he still any good, or is a low tier rank the deserved rank to be in? That is the question that we should answer today with the upcoming video. Therefore, you guys are going to see some kind of build, and you guys have seen some actual gameplay before the today update. I just saw that the update is coming today, and I haven't upgraded the game yet, so therefore you're not going to see the new version, but the version before. But this shouldn't really affect you in any sort of way because not that much has changed. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If so, a like would highly be appreciated, as well as a subscription if you're not subscribing this channel already. And of course, I'm always happy to read your thoughts in the comments. So let's get started with the build. Alright, and as you can see, we are playing sort of a new build with the Spear of Longinus here. I still have the Omni Arms and the Soul Reaver in there, but we are going to change some things throughout the game. I think Soul Reaver and the attack boots are still staple items on Murad. There's nothing that you can change about it. I don't see the jungle item with that bow in here. Spear of Longinus actually feels quite good instead of the Rank Breaker, but you can go with Rank Breaker or Muramasa over the Omni Arms. I mean, you do get normal attack speed, cooldown speed and stuff from the Omni Arms still. The only thing that you're missing is basically the fact that you don't have any sort of HP management item in there anymore, which sort of is a drawback, especially if you want to heal on jungle camps, which works quite well with Murad, as he has this ultimate that he unleashes being untargetable. But still, this is not going to be a super crazy deal breaker, but I think this is kind of one of the reasons why he is sorted lower in the jungle ranks at the moment. This is the build. With this build, I'm using my usual marksman warrior arcana, normal attacks plus 55, armor pierce plus 100, and movement speed plus 10%. That comes from 10 times onslaught level 3, that comes from 10 times assassinate level 3, and that comes from skewer level 3. The basic idea behind that is that we're going to use our ultimate a lot. Therefore, attack speed is not going to help us in any sort of way, because we're not going to make the ultimate attacks faster, but we want to have more damage on the ultimate, and therefore we're going with assassinate, and therefore we're going, of course, with skewer for the armor pierce. And there's nothing that we want to boost in terms of critical chances for those 4 consecutive hits, and this is in this order the build to go with, in my opinion. Enchantment wise, I was using or trying out League of Humans again. This is sort of something that you would use on a marksman. Like this is the first line is basically a staple marksman build at the moment, like for most of the marksmen. We're having enhanced restore, we're having gunslinger to upgrade our stats a little bit or boost our stats a little bit, and then we've got endless cycle to use a resurrect thing. I feel this is kind of helpful for Murad. But of course you can go with something else, which is basically Lockheim for Devil's Awakening, because the ultimate triggers stuff. Or you can also go with Veda, and with Veda you can use Sacred Protection, for example. That's another build that works quite well. Another thing that I find very useful, and you have seen that on the other build with the Devil's Awakening, just for a glimpse as well, is here, Shadowblade. Shadowblade, next normal attack after movement ability, deals extra damage, which is of course something that you're going to proc a lot, because you want to dash with your first ability, and this is both stacking up the Shadowblade counters, and then we're going with Deadly Claw to increase our attack damage even further. This is the build. Let's check out the gameplay. Welcome to Void of Dust Gaming and our today's Murad gameplay. Alright guys, I'm going to tune down the sound a little bit. So, I'm starting off in the red side of the jungle because I wanted to go and gank top lane or the duo lane as soon as possible. Therefore I went in for the first Might Golem, stacking up my stuff here. But now I saw that stuff is going on in our jungle. Gildur comes to help Laville, which is of course his role anyways, because he is supposed to be the support. And what you can already see is that Alistair is at the moment not participating in the game. He is offline and he is going to join later on within the game. So I saw Crash coming in here, and I used my abilities to slow him down, and with best of luck I was able to target him with all of my spells and fight him to death. I was super lucky that Vera was actually missing her first or her second shot, like that. The first one is of course not a skill shot, but her first skill shot on me, because otherwise that might have led to the point where Wukong would have already joined instead of walking away. So good beginning for us here with one kill and a solution, because the problem is right now they have more players in the game than we do, but we already got our first item here. Unfortunately, as I said, the problem is that we do have the problem that Alistair is still missing in the game, and therefore I think that was one of the reasons that Wukong was able to trade here quite nicely. Two kills instead of just one kill, and he does get the Abyssal Dragon. Of course, there was no one to defend the Abyssal Dragon. There was no threat for him, so good choice for Wukong. He has done that really well, and that is the right strategy to play. Like if you know that you have just killed duo lane and there is no mage in the mid lane, of course that is a free Abyssal Dragon. I was using the traditional Murad entree here, using my abilities or using my attacks to stack up on the minions, and then afterwards what you're gonna do is you are using your first dash and your second dash to make distance, and then you're using your ult in order just to deploy some damage, and then you're going to press your first key again, and then you will return to the battlefield. Yeah, I wanted to go in here. That was super unlucky. I should have stayed back and and farm my ult up on the minions, and then as soon as I had the ult up, I should have used my first and my first ability, and then my second ability, and then my first ability to dash in and do some damage, but unfortunately I didn't, and that caused me to die. So really unconcentrated here, not focused on what was going on. Played that really badly, and therefore I am now leading to the 3-6. But as you can see, we still do not have a mage here, and we're not dealing any damage to that, what's his name, to Crashed. Another kill, like that was super nice, and unfortunately there was one stack missing to my ultimate, otherwise that would have led to the point that would have made me invincible. But Varus is becoming really strong again, and she was able to deal with both of these guys with ease and scoring another kill for the team, which means that we're still looking good with a 5-7. I'm on a 2-2-1. I've scored like 15 kills and something with Murad on this account, but I think the times of glory have already passed. I'm not really any good with him anymore. It's kind of hard to get damage done if you are not snowballing. Like some of the other characters have way less problems on getting damage across the board with spells, abilities, and lower items, or less items than he does. At least that's what I feel about it. Got the Abyssal Dragon here. We were able to defend it. And that is one of the problems that I still have with Murad most of the time. He has really strange controls. Sometimes when I just press that button once, I have the problem that I'm dashing right back to the point where, or teleport right back to the point of origin where I started the sequence. And that happens quite a lot. Maybe my fingers are just a little bit too flimsy, but in this case it really makes things difficult. A good coordination is really difficult with these kind of controls, but that's a problem that I have from the beginning, I guess. Yeah, that's right, from the beginning of Arena of Valor, as soon as Murad was released. And that said, he has one of the most beautiful skins here in the game, with that wonderful cosmic, whatever, starlight something-ish skin. That's looking really, really good. We're not having any problems here against Crash, but now he's going to his ultimate state where he has a lot of shielding capacities, but nonetheless with the combined approaches of both Gildur and Labil, who is one of the strongest marksmen still right now at this point in the game, we have no problem on dealing with that tower. So we turned the 5-7 into a 10-7. Good call from my team here. We've got another Abyssal Dragon, or we've got an Abyssal Dragon in advance, and now I'm making my way back to the jungle because, of course, stacks are still really important. Stacks are always something that you need to have on your jungle item, otherwise it's useless, and they already nerfed the Soul Reaver. Therefore, of course, we are going to maximize the stacks as fast as possible. So I decided to go with Fenris because I had some issues with all that stuff here. Do get a kill here. So that's like true Murad play. Like if you want to know how Murad is played, that was something that he is really good at. I have no problems on escaping the ape here and scoring another kill with the team. I think that was one of the scenes in this game where you can actually see how you can play him on a technical basis, like if you want to see how the controls work. So now I need to go home immediately. I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, oh, that was so close. That was so fucking close. 5-2-7. Way to go. Well played. If not for my team, I would have died there horribly. But thanks to my teammates, we were able to get Crash and me being still alive at the same time. That was a good one. And now we're about to attack the Abyssal Dragon. So it's looking actually really, really nice after 8 minutes. We've got 2 Abyssal Dragons. I do get the stacks for that, which is nice as well, because now we've got 20 stacks. So we made 8 stacks since I last mentioned it. Varys is looking really good. We've got Alistair back in the game. He's not being a bot. He can play for himself right now. We are about to finish Fenrir's. And I'm on a 5-2. I mispinged here, and I wanted to state that clearly that this was just because I was pressing things. I mean, it's not really that easy to mark it on that little map, so I just wanted to indicate that it wasn't because of someone doing something stupid. Most of the times when players are actually using this kind of take a look at blah blah blah, I have the feeling that, oh my god, that was so bad. It was well played from my team, but I was a little bit too short on getting the kill in. So I guess what's really helpful is attack speed here. So actually, after I said it, actually the attack speed stuff, the guerrilla stuff, might be better than assassinate. If you find yourself having problems on stacking up the stuff, or what you can do is throw an item in, such as, for example, something like Blitzblade. I thought that my team and I were about to get the core and focus on every single attack on it, but unfortunately this was not the case, and therefore we're having to play a little bit longer. Otherwise that would have been a 5-3-9 with a win at about 10 minutes. I'm not sure if that would have been possible. Now Varys is looking really good on 6-0, 8-3, 1-4, 0-0. Okay, Alistair has just joined the game a little bit later, therefore of course he has not had that big impact on the game. Now he's getting his first kill, well done. And we are back to get the jungle and some jungle clears. But as I said, the game is looking really good. The opponent still has only 3 towers left. The core is already damaged. There's Crash hanging around again. We're getting some minions here. We don't want to fight him, but we are looking good in terms of levels as well. Level 14. Close to being 15. Varys gets Vera here with no problem at all. And now she is following Wukong in order to get him, in order to crush him. She should be able to do that with ease again. And now we still have another stupid situation, and I get myself killed. And that's a 5-5-9. And I think the last 2 kills were, or the last 2 deaths were so unnecessary, I can't even tell. As I said, I'm not gonna bargain or gamble on showing the best and craziest games. I would just say if I would have played a little bit more passively, those 2 deaths would have been preventable, and therefore my team has to do it without me. But as I said, like, that Varys is super fed right now, sitting on 8 kills without giving anyone the chance to kill her. Now she's on 9 kills already, and we are about to finish that game at around 12 minutes 30. And yeah, there we go. That is game, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, dogs and cats out there on your mobile phone or computer or tablet screens. So I hope you had a good impression on what Murad is actually capable of doing. I think he falls a little bit back even if he scores some more items and gets some more items. So 7.0 details coming in now. Not so much damage dealt, and not that the greatest participation. That was Laville actually, and he's got more damage than we do. But yes, I guess you get a good impression on what Murad is capable of doing. I think he is pretty solid sitting on a lower tier right now. There are better junglers than him, but he still makes me happy playing him because I just love this Cosmos skin a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I would be happy if you join in 2 days when we are just looking at another video in German. See you, bye bye, good evening.